Shalom, this is just a continuation of the last video. Yeah, the brother Shamyar is a lot like me in the way he thinks. So, you know, when it comes down to the music, we do listen to a lot of the same music. We talk about music a lot. You know, we talk about spiritual matters a lot, but we also talk about music a lot. You know, he's one of the brothers that doesn't look at me like I have three heads when I say Future's the greatest rapper ever. But now, after watching that video, by the way, I keep forgetting to give him his credit. It's the history of YaiQab. It's GMS, the history of YaiQab. Brilliant video. You know, he starts off with a presentation from some scholar about music and how it affects people. And then he goes in, he pulls up an article and masterfully breaks it down. And, you know, I have to say, it's not going to affect the music I listen to. At the end of the day, man, it's almost like an addiction. Because the music that I listen to, it is music that I relate to a lot. You know, I'm not sitting here saying I shoot shit up. I'm violent, I'm a street thug, but, you know, like, to give a perfect example, Onyx, who's the guy that I thought was great at expressing anger? I forgot. There's a rapper that I listen to that is a very angry rapper, and his anger is the way my anger be feeling when I be wanting to fuck people up when they get on my nerves. You know, like a lot of this music is very relatable. I mean, even Sticky Fingers, you know, you gotta think about it. Like, they have some of the best angry music. Not so much MOP. MOP, that's fake aggression. That's fake anger, in my honest opinion. They don't say shit. When you really look at it, it's crazy to say because most people would probably say the better rap group is MOP, but when you're talking about music that expresses true feelings, true anger, is Onyx all day. You know, because they got that song Better Off Dead. That's probably my favorite song from them. Better Off Dead. Because I be feeling that way. So it puts suicidal demons on you. But that's also what you have to look out for with this music. Because if it puts a feeling of you're better off dead, then it's probably the wrong voices speaking to you. And I'm gonna, you know, that video, you know, again, GMS, the history of YaiQab. You know, I think that might be the first video I saw from that channel. I don't know if he's a brother, elder. At the end of the day, we're all brothers, really. But, you know, great video to me. Great video. You know, like I said, it's not going to impact the music I listen to, but it might, or it did put me on alert. Because, you know, I listen to the words mostly. I feel the vibe of the music. At one point, you know, we were all about lyrics, and now we're more about flow, and that's the part that's dangerous. The lyrics have never really been the dangerous part of music. If you're going to take that video as gospel. And what I mean by that is, yeah, the lyrics are dangerous. Oh, I'll kill you, and I'll hate your fucking guts, and I hope that you die. You know, like that type shit does put demons on you. But the beat, the drums, you know, the drums are like fucking war drums. And you got to think about it. Like, I be in fucking bars, clubs, and shit. Not as much lately, you know, because I'm older. But I've been in clubs and bars where fights broke out. And you got to think about, like, yo, a lot of times, what is it? You're mixing liquor, so people ain't in the right mind. You're mixing drugs, which I never took part in, but people do be high in the fucking clubs. And you're mixing war drums, music that incites violence. You know, I mean, shit. Same Damn Time by Future is one of the most amped up songs you could probably play, but when you really think about it, you play it in a club full of high and drunk people, and niggas is already in there with the spirit of competition and trying to get all the bitches. You know, you come to understand that Same Damn Time might sound great coming out your speakers, but if you play that shit in an environment that's already breeding people that are in a low state of mind, what winds up happening to that is violence. Look at, I went to a 3 6 Mafia concert about a year ago, and I swear 3 6 Mafia parties like white people. Their fucking fans, half of them are white. I went to a Project Pat concert 2 years ago. Half of his fans are fucking white. And they had mosh pits. They had a mosh pit at the 3 6 Mafia. Project Pat didn't. 3 6 Mafia had a fucking mosh pit. They called for it. They was on stage. And they called for the mosh pit. Mosh pits is white people shit. A mosh pit is basically slam dancing, but more aggressive and violent. Like, I even elbowed the shit out of a fucking white boy because he bumped into me. Like, I ain't in that mosh pit, motherfucker. Don't come over here moshing. I don't even know what the fuck mosh means. And then I remember a song by Eminem called Mosh that has nothing to do with mosh. It's a political song, but it has them same war drums. Like, it has a beat that sounds like you march into a war. Pull up the song Mosh by Eminem. I mean, I like the song, but is that part of the same demonic trance that this music puts you in? Likely. Very likely. So, you know, the final thing that I want to say to y'all, brothers and sisters, is be careful what music you listen to, because you're putting the video that I watched, again, GMS history, the history of YAIQab, the video I watched put a lot of things in perspective for the music that I listen to. Because all this time I've been focusing on the demonic words that I've been hearing. Because I'm a big 3 6 Mafia and a big Lord Infamous fan. Big Lord Infamous fan. I'm not going to say rest in peace, because he was the biggest fucking demon of them all lyrically. But if you listen to his music specifically, he was mad fucking demonic. Mad fucking, I mean, he had this verse where I read the lyrics. I don't think he said anything demonic, but he was just sounding like a fucking demon. Mystic Styles. His verse on Mystic Styles, where he's like, special thanks to my brother Ray Dunnigan, and just fucking rapping all fast and shit. And it was fucking demonic. He also, Now I'm High. Like, there's a lot of 3 6 Mafia songs, and it's no miracle that literally half of the original roster of 3 6 Mafia, they started out with 6 people. Lord Infamous, Gangsta Boo, and Coops the Nicka have passed away. Half of the rap group is dead. That's worse than digging in the crates. I mean, they had Big Pun and Big L, and I forgot who else. You know, half of this rap group is now dead. So it puts it in perspective, like, yo, all that drugs, all the shit that they rap about, all the music, it puts it all together. I mean, honestly, that video, somehow, some way, I think it's life changing. Because, like I said, all my life who doesn't know that this music lyrics is demonic? But a masterclass in how rhythm and beats and the actual drums affect the brain and the heart. That's something that now, like I said, I'm not gonna stop listening to Future or 3 6 Mafia, but I'm gonna now listen to it knowing and anticipating what it's gonna do. That's why I've always been a big fan of hip hop. I've listened to it all my life, and it never, well, maybe it did actually affect me. Maybe when I get in bad moods, it's because I'm listening to these beats. So now that I know it, now that I know what the drums are doing, you know, but we'll see, man. You know, everything is of the Lord. But anyway, you know, Thawada. Like, I can't say Thawada enough to Shamyar for sharing that video with me, and to GMS, the History of Yaiqab, for making that video, because it I can't tell you how eye-opening it is. Like, it's really, like, you got to think about it. The way it impacts me is because of, I literally listen to exactly, I'm a poster boy for an Israelite that listens to that music. You know, but with that, I'm going to say shalom.